Hi everybody, I'm Doug.
And I'm Crystal. Haha, just kidding.
Not quite.
I'm Margot. I'm studying for Crystal this week.
Yep. So this is week 3 of Balboa Fundamentals, May 2015, Wednesday night hop. So we spend it was sort of a weird class tonight because we didn't have as many people and there was crazy traffic. So we spent a lot of time working on last week's toss out in more detail. And if you remember, the toss out was this thing that we put in between come around. So we started the come around and then rolled out into this stretch and then came back in. We talked a lot about the compression and roll off on the 3 and 4 and the stretch on 7. But most of that material is also in the recap for last week.
The other thing that I added for a lot of the leads is to make sure that you continue your body's rotation on 4, 5, 6, and into 7. Mm-hmm. If you stop on 3 and just push your follow away from you, you won't build up the rotational energy that you need to then sling back around the opposite direction when you actually release your partner.
That's right. So after that, we got into the new material for this week, and that was the out and in.
Not the in and out.
You can get that after the laps. It looks like out and in, out and in. And we use the mantra out, out, in, out, in. Because we really want to have that feeling of going out on both steps of the out and that feeling of going in on both beats of the in. But the footwork for that is actually step, 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 hold, or gather. So we're not putting our weight down on that last foot.
We also want to make sure that we're not doing a salsa step where we are rocking out and coming back to the middle. That's a different dance. We're actually stepping back together and in toward the middle and together. Back, out, and then in.
Yeah. We talked about how this is not a static out and in.
Again, different dance.
Yeah. We're trying to have a very fluid motion through these out and ins.
I like to think of an infinity symbol, so you're nice and smooth the whole way in and the whole way out.
Yeah, if you imagine sort of rolling in and rolling out like that infinity symbol.
The other thing that I would add for follows, if we can turn this direction, is that when I'm in close position with Doug, my arm is a little bit closer around him as a lead. When he lets me out into this out and in movement, my arm slides down and I catch him a little bit above the elbow back here on the tricep. We want to try and make sure that we're not hanging on up the top and then things start getting weird down below. So go ahead and actually relax this arm and let it drop down.
So we also talked about going from a basic to an out and in, and that just is at the end of a basic, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm releasing from that pure bow connection, that forward connection, by taking a big step back on my left, and then we're ready to start out and ins. We briefly touched on how to get back into a basic from out and ins, but we'll cover that again next week.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yep.
Nice seeing you guys. Thanks for letting me jump in. See you in July.